This video is about the Reformation Symphony by Felix Mendelssohn. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Felix Mendelssohn was born in Hamburg in 1809 and was a German composer, conductor, and pianist. He is considered one of the most important musicians of the Romantic period. He showed extraordinary musical talent from an early age. His works include symphonies, oratorios, piano pieces, and concert overtures. The Reformation Symphony is one of his best-known orchestral works. The Reformation Symphony was composed in 1830 when Mendelssohn was only 21 years old. It was written to celebrate the 300th anniversary of the Augsburg Confession, an important document of the Reformation of 1530. Mendelssohn wanted to present the symphony as a musical contribution to the celebration of the Protestant tradition. However, the premiere did not take place until 1832 in Berlin, as the celebrations were postponed. The symphony consists of 4 movements and begins with a slow introduction that introduces the main theme of the first movement. In the second movement, Mendelssohn presents a lively scherzo reminiscent of his earlier Italian symphony. The third movement is a lyrical andante. The last movement is based on the chorale Ein Festburg ist unser Gott by Martin Luther. This chorale is varied several times during the course of the movement, culminating in a triumphant finale. In the Reformation Symphony, Mendelssohn uses religious motifs and combines them with classical, symphonic elements. The use of the Luther chorale in the last movement symbolizes the strength of the Protestant faith. In the first movement, Mendelssohn quotes the Dresden Amen, a liturgical motif that also appears in Richard Wagner's opera Parsifal. The symphony shows Mendelssohn's ability to bring religious themes into a musical form. The Reformation Symphony is a musical expression of the Protestant tradition. It combines classical symphonic music with religious motifs, creating a unique blend. Although it was not well received at its premiere, it was later recognized as an important work of the Romantic period. It shows Mendelssohn's deep faith and his admiration for the music of Johann Sebastian Bach. The Reformation Symphony was received rather coolly at its premiere in Berlin in 1832. Many critics found it too religious and not innovative enough. Mendelssohn himself withdrew it after the first performance. It was only after his death that it was rediscovered and recognized. Today it is considered one of Mendelssohn's most important works and is often performed at festive events and concerts. In addition to the Reformation Symphony, Mendelssohn composed 4 other symphonies. The Italian and Scottish symphonies are among his most famous works. They each reflect the impressions of his travels in Italy and Scotland. The Hymn of Praise Symphony is a hybrid of symphony and cantata. All of Mendelssohn's symphonies demonstrate his ability to convey strong emotional and programmatic content in a classical form. Mendelssohn deeply admired Johann Sebastian Bach and was instrumental in the rediscovery of his music. The Reformation Symphony clearly shows this influence, especially in the use of the Luther chorale and the Dresden Amen. In 1829, Mendelssohn conducted a legendary performance of Bach's St. Matthew Passion, which was instrumental in the revival of Bach's music. In his own works, he continued the tradition of Bach. The Reformation Symphony by Felix Mendelssohn is a musical declaration of faith in the Protestant tradition. It combines religious motifs with classical symphonic elements, creating a unique work of the Romantic period. The use of the Luther chorale Ein Festburg ist unser Gott in the last movement symbolizes the triumphant character of the symphony. Despite initial criticism, it is now an important work in the repertoire of Romantic music.